Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field as tonight the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts get ready to take on the host team of the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament, the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen. We welcome you into American Legion Baseball on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score and streaming online at 541radio.com. Tonight is day 2 of the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament. Yesterday, the Doc Stewarts picked up a win in their first game of the tournament, defeating the Portland Eastside Cutters 10-3. Tonight they take on Corvallis, which won in their first game yesterday against the Walla Walla Bears 3-2. Both these teams looking to stay undefeated in the group session of the tournament and try and stay in contention to make it into the championship game coming up on Sunday night. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball coming at you, and we welcome you in, everybody. I'm Joey Keyran. Happy to have you with us here on this beautiful July 5th evening here in Corvallis. The Doc Stewarts had a great game yesterday. Got a chance to then enjoy some of the firework festivities here in Corvallis last night. Today they had some time to kill, went out and did some fun stuff as a team, and now it's time for baseball here this evening. A beautiful night in Corvallis. Temperature is very comfortable in the 70s. Sun is shining, and will make for a very comfortable evening out at the ballpark here tonight. We're looking forward to this matchup. Two teams meeting once again this season. The Doc Stewarts taking on Corvallis early on in the season, as Docs were able to pull off a 13-7 win in that matchup back on June 9th. They'll look to try and get a second win against the Marketmen here tonight. We've got plenty to discuss as we roll along with our Supercuts pregame show in the Steelhead Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time and check out styles online at supercuts.com. Docs and the Marketmen getting ready to square off. Coming up in the pregame show, we'll talk with head coach Jeremiah Robbins about today's matchup as well as what he's been doing to keep his team busy throughout the day while they wait to play the late one here tonight. So stay tuned for that interview there. Does look like things are working the way we hope they continue to throughout the rest of the night with the video stream. So for those fans that usually like to tune in and watch the game streaming live online, it looks like we'll be able to bring that to you here tonight. We've been battling back and forth a little bit to get that all squared away, but it seems to be working. We will keep our fingers crossed, and I'll knock on any wood available here to me at the moment. So we hopefully will have that for you throughout tonight's brawl game, but it does have we do have it up and streaming right now, so you can catch that on 541radio.com or subscribe to 1490 The Score's YouTube channel and be able to follow the games there on YouTube, where you can then put it up on your big screen TV however you'd like, on a tablet, on a smartphone, even on your laptop, and follow the Doc Stewarts wherever we go. You can also find archived broadcasts of past games for the Doc Stewarts from this season as well. So check that out, 1490 The Score's YouTube channel, or find all the games there on 541radio.com as well. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins. It's our pregame coaches interview coming up on the Supercuts pregame show. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball, streaming on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here with more of our Supercuts pregame show on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Doc Stewart's day 2 of the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament here in Corvallis. Tonight they get the host team, the Corvallis Skirting Builders Marketmen, and joining us is head coach Jeremiah Robbins. Coach, nice win yesterday. I assume it might be kind of one of those ones that it's a game you wanted to see the guys kind of take care of business, do what they were supposed to do. You guys battle your way through to a 10-3 victory. What did you think about the performance from your guys and how you can kind of build off of that going into today's matchup?
You know, they stayed competitive all through all 7 innings, which is something we've been kind of wanting them to do, which now they've repeated it a couple times, so that was good to see. And then getting Austin Anderson to start with what he did on the mound, that was huge for him. And obviously we knew his arm was going to be good, but his composure throughout that game was phenomenal and allowed us to get deep in the game with him, which is much needed when you're in a tournament and then you got a bunch of games heading into next week. So that was big by him. And then I like how our hitters responded with some runners in scoring position. And then we played defense. So I thought we were good in all 3 areas, and then the 4th area, what we were doing in the dugout, was good as well. So I was very pleased with the club.
You mentioned kind of Austin going deep into that game and how big that can be for a tournament setting, especially when you've got league games at the end of the tournament setting. So what's that do for you guys here? Only having to use Garrett for 1 inning, how's that kind of set you guys up for day 2 of this tournament in the bullpen?
Well, it keeps our pen healthy and full of guys where we didn't have to cycle anybody else through. And Z's arm, he's so resilient. He'll be able to throw again today. He only threw a few pitches anyway. So it kind of stacks us in there. If we get in any trouble early, we've got the safety net in our bullpen, having guys fully ready to go. A lot of our starters are ready to start their bullpen sessions as well, so their bullpen sessions will be live game reps. So it works out perfect for us. We knew that coming in this tournament, and we're excited about it.
It is a tournament setting. We've been on the road and got 1 night under our belt in the hotel rooms. Today was a late game, so you had a lot of time to kill. And you were telling me you guys got a chance to get out and do some team fun and have a couple of opportunities for guys to kind of get out, stretch their legs, but also stay busy doing stuff with the rest of the team. What were you guys up to today?
Well, you know, you get on the road, you don't like them sitting in those hotels. So we got a pretty nice rate down at this little mini golf course and broke the team up into teams of 4 and went and competed on the little mini putt-putt course. And Team Jet Black, they won it all. I think they had a bunch of ringers on that team, but guys that play golf all the time, but they took it away. So it was fun. The guys had a good time. We moved them around. The weather's great up here right now. So getting them out of the hotel and, just bonding as a team was good. So that was fun.
I'm not sure what that says about Jet Black's ego if the team is just named after him, but Jet Black, they're winning it in the miniature golf tournament. Well, it's fun to see, and how are you seeing the guys kind of interacting? I mean, you get a chance to be around these guys every day at practice and things like that, but out on the road when they really have to be around everybody, you seeing these guys kind of building that team chemistry like you want to see them?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it, and they're a class act too. We've had nothing but compliments from the people at the hotel and the people running the tournament about the way we go about our business, and that's my biggest championship as a head coach, is creating good young men, and they're buying into that piece. The performance on the field will take time. I'm not too concerned about that, but them as human beings and just representing not only Doc Stewart's baseball but their families has been phenomenal. It's an honor to be a part of this with them.
I didn't hear anybody banging around and running around the hallways of the hotel room, so that's always good. Corvallis is the opponent here today for you guys, obviously playing in their home tournament. They're looking for a good performance out there today, but the team on the other side, I know you're very familiar with them. We've seen them already at our tournament down there in Roseburg. What do you think about what you guys have ahead of you here tonight?
Well, we need to come out consistent like we've been doing our last 3 games. We got to pitch, got to play defense, got to have good hitting with runners in scoring position, and then we got to support our teammates. I don't care who our opponent is. If we can be good in all 4 areas, we got a good chance of being on the other side of the scoreboard when it's done. But we know Corvallis is a very good team. Obviously, they're at home. They're in their tournament, and there's a reason why they got us here in this night slot. It's a big game for them, and we've got to come out with some intensity and focus and get after it.
All right, that's head coach Jeremiah Robbins here in the Supercuts pregame show. We'll be back with more after this on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia. which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Getting ready to go for the final game of Day 2 here at the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament. Joey Keyran here with you as we get ready for the Doc's second game of the tournament. They take on the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen. Docs come in 16-9 overall on the season. Corvallis 18-11. Before we get to our Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Batting third, the right fielder, number 11, Tourn. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 15, John Stone. Batting fifth, the center.
Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. Take a look at the starting lineup for head coach Jeremiah Robbins and the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's, the visiting team here in tonight's matchup. Leading things off will be Caden Johnson, the shortstop, followed by the catcher, Spencer Six. In the 3 spot in right field is Doran Gillespie, batting fourth, and pitching will be Jonathan Stone tonight. In center field, batting fifth is Jet Black. Starting at third base and hitting sixth is Cody Johnson. Batting seventh and playing at first base tonight will be Jay Stoffel. In left field, hitting eighth is Drake Bourgeois. Rounding out the starting 9 for Coach Robbins will be Jacob Luther, the starting second baseman. That is a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's. Taking a look around the diamond tonight for the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen as we get ready for the top of the first inning. The Marketmen will have Brandon Vogler on the mound. He is a right-hander from Philomath High School, graduating here in the class of 2019. Vogler will get the call. He throws in to Brooks Stearns back behind the plate at first base. Grant Carley, Azell Bumpus at second. Caleb Beach at short. Cooper Hartzell at third. And the outfield from left to right will be Walker Riney, Franklin Leonard, and Connor Spivak. And that is a look at the look around the diamond for the defensive alignment for the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen. Corvallis wearing their white uniforms, white tops, the white trousers, the blue caps. Corvallis across the chest in blue. Numbers on the front and the back in blue as well. Docs will wear their blue uniforms as the first pitch comes in for ball 1 to Caden Johnson. Docs wearing the blue tops, the gray trousers. Roseburg across their chest in orange. Numbers on the front and the back in orange as well. The blue stirrups and blue caps. Second pitch, it's a ground ball to shortstop, and that goes off the glove of a diving Caleb Beach at short. Caden Johnson coming up with a single to lead off the game. Johnson, that one hopped on the infield dirt, and man, you got to give credit to Caleb Beach on making an attempt to get to that one. It hit off of his glove and into center field. It's a single for Caden Johnson to lead off the game. That ball almost snagged at short. Would have been a spectacular play for Beach if he could have made it. One on, nobody out, as up to bat will be Spencer Six. First pitch for him. That one down the first base line. They get the play at first. Spencer hits that ground ball right to Grant Carley. Carley makes the play at first and throws down to second to try and get the tag on Johnson, and he's unable to do so in time. One away on the first swing by Spencer Six. That one sharply hit down the line, but Carley there to make the play at first to get the out. One down, a man at second base for the Doc Stewarts, and batting now is Doran Gillespie, the starting right fielder. Doc's moving through the lineup here quickly in the top of the first. First pitch swinging for Gillespie, got on top of it, chops it hard into the ground, foul territory down the third base side. Gillespie with a man in scoring position, an opportunity to try and drive in the first run of the game here early on for the Docs. Yesterday, Gillespie finished with a couple of singles, had an RBI and a run scored when the Docs took on the Portland East Side Cutters. 0-1 pitch to him. Goes down low. That one in the air out towards right field. It will carry to Connor Spivak. He throws back in. Ball got away, but goes all the way to third baseman Cooper Hartzell on the throw back in. And that'll be an F9 for Doran Gillespie, retiring the second batter of the first inning for the Docs. Went down low, tried to lob that one out to right field and just couldn't get it over the top of Connor Spivak. Two down, and Jonathan Stone will bat. Stone, the starting pitcher tonight, is going to try and help himself out. Caden Johnson out at second base, takes an aggressive secondary lead on a pitch in the dirt, but he'll stay at second. A 1-0 count for Stone. Stone yesterday was 1 for 4 with an RBI, also scored a run after reaching on a fielder's choice. Digs in here with 2 outs and a man at second after the leadoff single by Caden Johnson. Vogler's pitch is high, off speed. Doesn't get Stone to go after it. It's a 2-0 count. Waiting on deck will be Jet Black. Jet victorious in mini golf earlier today. We'll see if the goodwill carries over into the ball game as well. The 2-0 to Stone. Hard hit ground ball up the middle. Trying to make a scooping attempt at short was Beach. He can't glove it. It'll go into center field. Johnson will score, and Stone's on base. The Docs will take a 1-0 lead. A base hit up the middle. Again, showing some range at shortstop was Beach, but he had just one play to be made. He stretched to try and get there and could not get it in the glove. That'll be an RBI single for Jonathan Stone. Scoring from second is Caden Johnson. Docs lead 1-0. Against Corvallis here on the final game of day 2 in the Mickey Rally Star Spangled Tournament. Jet Black will bat. Throw over to first base, Stone back in safely. Two down. Swing and a foul tip into the dirt for Jet on the pitch. He's got an 0-1 count. Docs Baseball, we want to thank our pregame sponsor, Supercuts, and the Steel Hut Run Plaza across from Starbucks on Garden Valley Boulevard. Save time. Check out styles online at supercuts.com. Out of the stretch, Vogler's pitch is high for a 1-1 count here for Black. Jets coming off of a nice day yesterday. He led the Docs in their offense, went 3 for 3, a walk in his first at-bat, then had a single, and a triple. He drove in 2, scored twice. Nice day at the plate for Jet yesterday. He'll take outside for a 2-1 count from Vogler. Brandon Vogler on the mound, the righty, 6'2", 225, again from Philomath High School. Interesting spelling of his name, no O at the end. It's Brandn, unless there's been typos everywhere. He doesn't spell it with an O at the end. That's a very interesting spelling of the name Brandon. Ask his dad down there. They decided to make it simple and easy, just cut out some of the letters. Ground ball, chopper foul down the third base side for Jet Black. 2-2 count for him now with 2 down. And a man on at first, that's Jonathan Stone after he's driven in the go-ahead run here for the Doc Stewarts in the top of the first inning. Vogler trying to get it wrapped up here with his 2-2 pitch. Off speed's high, and it goes to a full count for Jet. Waiting on deck is Cody Johnson. First inning of a 7-inning contest here to wrap things up. Full count pitch. Got underneath a high fastball into the air to left. Stone will keep running as that ball finally comes down into the glove of Walker Riney out in left field to finish things off for the Docs here in the top of the first inning. One away, Docs take the lead, or excuse me, 1/2 of an inning down, I should say. 1-0 the lead for the Doc Stewarts on 2 hits. There were no errors for Corvallis and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Docs in front of Corvallis as they come up to bat for the first time tonight on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Bottom of the first inning. Docs leading 1-0. Jonathan Stone on the mound. Let's take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for the home team, the Corvallis Skirting Builders Marketmen. Caleb Beach, the shortstop, will lead things off for Corvallis. Batting second, playing at first base is Grant Carley. The third baseman, Cooper Hartzell, hits third, followed by Brooks Stearns, the catcher, in the cleanup position. Azell Bumpus batting fifth, playing at second base. The left fielder, Walker Riney, will hit sixth. Connor Spivak in right field, batting seventh. Ryan Hall, the DH, hitting for Brandon Vogel, the starting pitcher, in the eighth spot. And Franklin Leonard, the nine-hitter, in center field to round it out. Jonathan Stone missing on his first pitch here in the bottom of the first as we are underway with Corvallis' first at-bats. A pitch just outside for Stone, a 2-0 count now as he faces Caleb Beach, the starting shortstop. Beach had a couple of attempts at some spectacular plays up the middle, but he was not quite able to make them as he'll take high for ball 3 from Stone. 3-0 count from the big righty. Jonathan Stone listed at 6'7" this season. He comes in with a 1-0 record in 11 innings worked. His 3-0 is in for a strike. Stone, a 1-0 record. He's got a 2.89 ERA. 10 strikeouts, 4 walks in his time on the mound, but he'll miss low and outside and issues his 5th walk of the season as he walks the leadoff man here in the first. Caleb Beach will get his way on, representing the game tie-in run here early in this contest. Corvallis winning yesterday 3-2 against the Walla Walla Bears. A walk-off win in the bottom of the 7th for him yesterday to go to 1-0 in the tournament. Docs are 1-0 in the tournament as well after beating the Cutters yesterday from the Portland area. Grant Carley will bat. The first baseman squares to bunt. He'll take a fastball at the top of the strike zone. In for strike one, an 0-1 count for Grant Carley. Caleb Beach was a lefty to start things off. Carley in as a right-handed batter. Stone standing tall on the mound, the 0-1. He is lifted into shallow left center. Jet Black will come up to get it. That'll be a base hit for Grant Carley. Taking that one just back up the middle into the shallow center field. Not trying to do too much with it. Putting the barrel on the ball and sending it in the outfield for a base knock. And that'll keep the inning alive for Corvallis with nobody out and 2 runners on. Cooper Hartzell will bat. Hartzell, the starting third baseman. left-handed batter. Cooper Hartzell from West Albany High School. He lays down a bunt, goes down the third base side, will be collected in foul territory by Spencer Six. Catcher for the Docs will look around the diamond here in a minute. Hartzell, graduating in 2018, went to Chemeketa Community College for his freshman year, post-high school. Comes back to the box with an 0-1 count against him. Behind the plate for the Docs tonight, Spencer Six yet again. Out at first base, Jay Stoffel. At second base, Jacob Luther. At short, Caden Johnson. At third, Cody Johnson. We'll get you the outfield after this next pitch. Down low for Stone, a 1-1 count now for Hartzell. In the outfield, Drake Bourgeois in left. In center, Jet Black. And in right field is Doran Gillespie. Bit of a breezy day today here in Corvallis. As a 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Hartzell. And that's a ball and 2 strike. Feel the breeze coming in through the press box windows here, but it's been a very comfortable day. Not that I would know, didn't leave the hotel much today, doing work there in the room. 69 degrees here in the first inning of this matchup, as we have dropped from a high of 75 this afternoon here in Corvallis. A 1-2 pitch for Jonathan Stone with 2 on and nobody out. Foul ball, Hartzell stays alive. So Cooper Hartzell will try to see if he can drive in that game-tying run. Docs on top 1-0 after Jonathan Stone had an RBI single in the top of the first inning. Now he's trying to hang on to that lead on the mound. He's ahead of Hartzell. His 1-2 offering. Just misses low and outside to even up the count at 2-2. He's trying to ask where that pitch was, and the umpire will agree with him. It was just a bit low. Stone trying to find out if he's got that outside corner available to him. He's got a 2-2 count working here against Hartzell. Bottom of the first between Roseburg and Corvallis. Ground ball towards second. Luther flips to Johnson. The throw to Stoffel. Got the double play. The runner moves up to third. Caleb Beach up to third, but the Docs get 2 on the 4-6-3 double play. Stone now 1 out away from getting out of the first inning and hanging on to that 1-0 lead. Brooks Stearns, the catcher, will bat in the cleanup spot. First pitch to Stearns, a breaking ball. Stone works it in for strike 1. Throwing the breaking ball on the first pitch of the at-bat and able to get it in at the top end of the strike zone. Brooks Stearns from Philomath High School, also graduating here in class of 2019. He takes low for a 1-1 count. So you've got Vogel from Philomath thrown into his catcher, Brooks Stearns. That combo, always nice to have guys familiar with themselves when you've got the pitcher and the catcher. The 1-1, outside corner called for a strike. Stone ahead, looking for a punch-out. He has yet to strike out a batter so far here in the first inning, but a strikeout here would keep the Docs up 1-0 as we go to the second. We'll see where we get to. A 1-2 pitch from Stone, breaking ball. That ends up outside in the dirt. Tried to get Stearns to chase after that pitch. He laid off. A cleanup man at the plate, trying to drive in the runner from third with 2 outs. Breaking ball, just a bit up, and the count will go full. Stone having that breaking ball. It's moving pretty good, just trying to place it in the right spot. The 3-2. Off speed, got him to pop it straight up in the air. It's Caden Johnson, the shortstop, calling for it on the infield dirt, and he will make the squeeze for the final out. Docs will leave a runner, or strand a runner at third base as Corvallis unable to capitalize on the leadoff walk. No runs on 1 hit, no Doc Stewart errors, and 1 man left on base. We're through an inning. Docs on top of the Corvallis Skirting Builders Marketmen as we head to the second on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
The Midcoast Dungeons of Newport 8-2, and the Walla Walla Bears defeated the Eastside Cutters 2-0. Leading off the top of the second inning for Dr. Stewart, the third baseman, number 2.
Top of the second inning, Doc's leading 1-0 on top of Corvallis. Cody Johnson will lead things off. First pitch swinging, grounds one to third. And that'll be picked up there by Cooper Hartzell, the third baseman, and he fires over to first to get Cody Johnson for the first out of the second inning. Doc Stewart's Baseball today brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Jay Stoffel will take the first pitch for strike one from Brandon Vogler, excuse me. In the dirt, a 1-1 count now for Stoffel. Vogler on the mound. I say it enough times I'll remember it. A 1-1 pitch here for Stoffel. He hits a hard one towards short. One hop right into Caleb Beach. He throws across the diamond. Plenty of time to get Stoffel, and there's quickly two down.
Now batting.
Vogler working quickly through the bottom half of the lineup here for the Doc Stewart so far, getting support from his infield. So Vogler has two. And up to bat, Drake Bourgeois takes the first pitch for ball one. The 1-0 to Bourgeois misses. Drake looking to get something started for the Docs here in the top of the second. His 2-0 pitch just misses outside. Was expecting a late strike call on that one. They do not get it. A 3-0 count for Bourgeois with two down and nobody on. Pair of ground balls so far for the Docs to retire the first two batters. The 3-0 pitch misses low and inside to Bourgeois, and he'll draw a two-out walk. First walk issued by Vogler.
Now batting.
And Jacob Luther will come up to bat.
Number 12, Jacob Luther.
Luther in the 9 spot in the lineup. Well, yesterday finished his day with a RBI single after he had gone 0 for 3 in the previous at-bats, so finished on the right side of things. Trying to carry it over here tonight. He'll take the first pitch for a high strike. 0-1 count. That one right down the middle for Luther, and he's got an 0-2 count quickly from Vogler, who has bounced back after a 4-pitch walk issued to Stoffel. Vogler has bounced his way back here to get quickly to an 0-2 count against Luther. The 0-2 delivery. Just a bit outside with the off speed. A 1-2 count now for Luther. Trying to send it back to the top of the lineup, see if the Docs can add to their 1-0 lead here top of the second inning against Corvallis, the host team, here at the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament. The 1-2. Runner going, and the pitch was fouled off. Luther will stay with a 1-2 count. We'll run through scores from the other games here at the tournament today and take a look at what else is going on or of note for either teams from around the Umpqua Basin as well as Area 4 teams. A lot of Area 4 teams in action in non-league games going on this holiday week. The 1-2, strike three, got him. Luther will go down looking to finish things off here in the top of the second inning. 4 batters up, only 1 on. Drake Bourgeois drawing a 2-out walk, but left stranded at first base. It's still a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second. Doc Stewart's in front of Corvallis on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate! Off the bottom of the second inning for Girding Builders, the second baseman, number 3, Azell Bumpus.
Bottom of the second inning, Jonathan Stone will face second baseman Azell Bumpus, another lefty in the lineup for Corvallis. First pitch swinging, fouled away to start things off here in the second inning. Doc Stewart's Baseball on the Score, brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Bumpus batting to lead things off in the second, the 5-hitter at the plate. Takes low and inside for a 1-1 count. Just missing inside a bit. Stone's 1-1, swung and fouled off by Bumpus. He's got now a 1-2 count against him. Azell Bumpus from Corvallis High School will be graduating in 2020. Shocking to see that. Feels like he's a name that we've seen around for a while. 2-2 count for him now. It's always interesting when you've got guys that seem like they've been on these teams for years. There's been plenty of those guys around the area, and people are going to be saying that about the Docs coming up next year when a lot of these players will be back for their third year playing on this team. 2-2 from Stone. That ball fouled down the left field side. I think gets out of play, or out of the stadium, I should say. Jonathan Stone, one of those guys that might be able to come back next year. I'm not sure if he's going to age out before he's able to do so after his freshman year at George Fox. He's got a 2-2 count as he works against Azell Bumpus here, leading things off in the bottom of the second. A ground ball, third base side, picked up by Cody, and the throw to Stoffel is there for out number 1. 5-3 on the put out. One down, and the left fielder will come up next. That is Riney.
Now batting.
That will come up.
Fielder, number 8,
Walker Riney. Right-handed batter. They've been switching back and forth throughout the lineup. Left, right, left, right. Walker Riney from Crescent Valley High School will be graduating next year. First pitch, he grounds it to third, stays fair. And Cody Johnson's throw over to Stoffel, able to beat the runner by a couple of steps for a quick out there. 2 down for Jonathan Stone. And behind him, Cody Johnson doing a nice job at first. They'll get those outs. 2 down, nobody on. And the right fielder coming up to bat, Connor Spivak will bat. That Spivak name, another familiar one that we've heard over the last number of years. Previously with the Mid-Valley Southpaws, but that program in hiatus at the moment. So Spivak here with Corvallis this year. 1-0 count as he takes the first pitch low and outside. Got by Spencer 6. The 1-0 fouled away. 1-1 count with 2 down and nobody on for Jonathan Stone. Stone trying to get the 1-2-3 frame here in the second. Keep his team in front 1-0. He does get a strike across with his breaking ball. A ball and 2 strikes now for Spivak. Waiting on deck would be the DH. And that is Ryan Hall, who hits for the pitcher, Brandon Vogler. Ground ball up the middle, takes a couple of hops on the run. That ball booted by Caden Johnson, came charging in to try and glove that one. His swipe at it ended up knocking the ball back towards first base. And that'll be an error on the infield for the Doc Stewarts. They played a clean game yesterday. Not an easy play to be made there for Caden Johnson. It was kind of a do-or-die type of play, but he probably had some time to maybe field it a little bit clean, or have a chance to maybe square it up a little bit more instead of just making the swipe at it. And so he boots it. That'll put a runner on with 2 down as Spivak is down at first. Now the lefty, DH Ryan Hall at the plate. The 4th lefty in the lineup tonight for head coach Evan Hilberg and the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen. 0-1 count for Hall. Stone trying to wrap it up with 4 batters to the plate here in the second. A swing and a miss. Strike 2. Hall from Santiam Christian High School. Graduated in 2018. Went to Corbin University. The left-handed batter, right-handed thrower. Stands back in. An 0-2 count against him. Stone trying to finish it off here. His 0-2 pitch. Fastball is low. A 1-2 count. Stone, not a guy that pitched during the spring season. Used strictly as a first baseman for the Roseburg Indians during the spring. During the summer, last year and this year, he's gotten a chance to pitch off and on. And they've been liking what they've been seeing out of him this summer. A line drive, though, here for Ryan Hall to left field. Opposite field for the lefty. Drops in for a base knock. Drake Bourgeois coming in and collecting it. Up to second base went Connor Spivak. Runners at first and second with 2 down. And the 9-hitter will bat. Franklin Leonard.
Number 22, Franklin Leonard.
Leonard starting in center field. Rounds out the starting 9. He hits here with 2 on and 2 outs. First pitch, he takes for strike 1. Only the second hit allowed by Stone in the ballgame so far. An error getting Connor Spivak on. He's out at second. Hall at first. The 0-1 here to Leonard. High from Stone for a 1-1 count. Franklin Leonard, Corvallis High School graduate in 2018. He'll be a teammate of Jonathan Stone's there at George Fox next year. The 1-1 from Stone. Breaking ball. That one hits the strike zone, giving Stone a 1-2 advantage in the at-bat. So Franklin Leonard probably knows Jonathan's older brother, Chris Stone, who's there at George Fox. 1 more year to go with him in his eligibility. 1-2 pitch. Stone breaking ball. This one sails in high for a 2-2 count. Here at Corvallis High School, Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field. Beautiful night for baseball. Lights have not yet come on. Sun making its way towards the horizon, but still a little while to go before the sun sets. The 2-2 from Stone. A breaking ball looped into right field. Long run for Gillespie, but he's got enough time to get underneath it for the final out. That'll leave 2 stranded for Corvallis. Doc Stewarts get out of the second inning and still hanging on to their 1-0 lead. No runs on 1 hit. There was 1 Doc Stewart error. 2 men left on base. We'll head to the 3rd inning. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Third inning for Dr. Stewart. The shortstop, number 5,
Top of the third inning, Doc Stewart's leading 1-0. Tonight's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Leadoff hitter Caden Johnson will step in for his second at-bat of the night, 1-for-1 after a leadoff single in the first inning of the game. Johnson came around to score on the single by Jonathan Stone with 2 outs in the first, giving the Docs the 1-0 lead. Caden takes the first pitch in the dirt, and second pitch will be down low again. A 2-0 count from Brandon Vogler for Caden Johnson. Vogler into his third inning of work. Approaching 30 pitches in the ball game. That ball towards short, charging in. Beach will get it. His throw on the run, right on target to first base. 6-3 put out to retire the first batter here in the third inning for the Doc Stewarts. 1 away, and Spencer Six will bat. Spencer, first pitch he saw in the first inning, he grounded right at the first baseman. I've retired him there. Right on top of the bag for Grant Carley down there. First pitch swinging, he pulls it first base side again. This time foul, though, for Spencer, an 0-1 count. Now the Doc Stewarts and Corvallis Skirting Builders Marketmen both 1-0 in this tournament. One of these teams will still be undefeated by the end of the night. Pitch low and inside to Spencer, a 1-1 count. Dallas also winning both of their games. Beaverton winning both of their games. So those two teams are 2-0. Pitch high and away. 2-1. Spencer with the edge in the at-bat so far. 2 balls, 1 strike. Vogler, misses just inside. Spencer tucking his belt in and getting out of the way of that pitch. He's got a 3-1 count. And he'll draw the walk on the 3-1 pitch, putting Spencer on base for the first time tonight. Yesterday, Spencer had 3 walks in 4 plate appearances. So he's had 4 walks in the tournament so far. He is already leading the team in walks and just continues to do so. Spencer Six at first, 1 away. Doran Gillespie will bat. He flew out to right field his first time up. First pitch, swinging, he fouls out one third base side. Coming up tomorrow, the Doc Stewarts will be playing in the 1 o'clock game once again. That's where they played on the first day, yesterday, July 4th. Docs will take on the Walla Walla Bears from Washington tomorrow. Walla Walla winning today 2-0 against the Portland Eastside Cutters. Walla Walla lost 3-2 against Corvallis yesterday. Hard hit ball towards short, backhanded by Beach, goes to second for 1. The relay to first will not be made as El Bumpus, the throw taking him down the third base or down the line towards third base from second. He would have had a tough throw to get it to first. They settle for just the out at second base, getting Spencer Six with the force out. Fielder's choice for Gillespie to get on. Jonathan Stone will bat 1 on and 2 away. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Nice backhand there by Beach on that ball by Gillespie. Making a strong throw to second, and Bumpus on the run doing a good job of fielding the ball at second base. Throw over to first to check on Gillespie. He's back in safely. Docs yesterday very aggressive on the base paths. There's a 1-0 pitch. Stone goes to center field. Coming in to make the catch will be Franklin Leonard, and that retires the side. Final out made. Docs will leave 1 stranded. No runs on no hits. There were no errors for Corvallis and 1 man left on base. We will head to the bottom of the third. Docs still in front, 1-0 on top of the Corvallis Skirting Builders Marketmen here on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
The third inning for Girding Builders. The shortstop, number 7, Caleb Peete.
It'll be the top of the lineup for the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen as we start the third inning. Caleb Beach batting for a second time. Drew a walk in the first inning from Jonathan Stone, who's still out there on the mound, working into the third inning for him. He misses low and outside for ball 1 to start things here in the third. Stone into the 40-pitch range as he gets a swing and a miss out of Beach for a 1-1 count. Docs Baseball tonight here on 1490 The Score, brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. As a pitch outside for a 2-1 count to Beach. Also excited, ask Jane about her Viking River cruise from Budapest to Amsterdam. That's coming up next April when you contact them there at Flyaway Travel. 2-1 pitch, line drive, just over the top of Caden Johnson at short. He was backing up trying to get underneath that one, but it goes just over his glove. A liner to left for Caleb Beach gets him on base for a second time, his first hit of the night. That'll be the third hit of the game for Corvallis. One on, nobody out. Second straight time that Beach has gotten on as the leadoff guy. Last time was stranded at third base, though. The game-tying run in the first inning for Corvallis. Squaring to bunt, but pulling back and taking for ball 1, the 2-hitter Grant Carley. That'll bring Cody Johnson into play on the grass at third base. Carley last time had a single up the middle. Squares to bunt again, but he'll take inside. 2-0 count for him. Docs in front, 1-0. Going on today, the Pepsi Bottle Caps are in Eugene. They are beginning play in the Sheldon tournament. They take on the host team, the Sheldon Irish, tonight. They started at 7 o'clock as well as a foul ball. Going after a pitch that was a little out of the zone up top for Carley. Looked like he might have tried to pull the bat back just at the last second, but that one fouled off. It's a 2-1 count. Scoring to bunt early here for Carley. Does he stick with it with the 2-1 count? He will, and he takes down the middle for a strike on the breaking ball. 2-2 count. He was showing the bat and the bunt very early and then pulled it back looking to try and take a pitch below the strike zone. He's got a 2-2 count. Looking to swing here. He'll get underneath the pitch, high in the air to left field. Bourgeois circling underneath it. He makes the catch. Back to first will go Caleb Beach to tag up. So Stone with the battle there against Grant Carley, trying to lay down that sac bunt, unable to do so. Docs will get their first out of the inning. One down, and up next, Cooper Hartzell will hit.
Cooper Hartzell.
Hartzell grounded into a double play his last time up. A 4-6-3 double play to get the first 2 outs for the Docs in the bottom of the first. The lefty's first pitch is inside for a 1-0 count. Hartzell, the third baseman. 0 for 1 in the game. Trying to stay out of the double play here. That would be an inning ender. A 1-0 outside from Stone. 2 balls and no strikes. Jonathan Stone, this season for the Docs, making just his second start. It's his 4th appearance on the mound. His 2-0 pitch. Ground ball, first base side, knocked down by Stoffel, tried to backhand it. It'll get into the outfield grass. It's going to be an error at first. Backing it up was Jacob Luther. Tried to make a last-second throw to first to see if they could get Hartzell, but it's not quite in time. That could have been a possible double play ball for Stoffel, but he couldn't backhand it. Hartzell will get on with the error. That's the second of the game for the Doc Stewarts. Up to second base goes Caleb Beach, and up next will be Brooks Stearns hitting with 2 on and 1 away. Stoffel has not had a lot of time at first here during the summer, but he played there quite a bit while Stone was rehabbing from a knee injury during the spring season with Roseburg. So Stoffel got a chance to play at first base some during the spring, but hasn't been there too much during the summer. Time called. Out to the mound will go Spencer Six to have a conversation with Jonathan Stone as Brooks Stearns takes the first pitch high for ball one. So Pepsi in action today. Medford's been in action earlier today. They played 2 games down in Reno in a tournament. Klamath Falls is down there as well, but do not have any updates on their schedule. Eugene is taking on the Pamco Roofers today. Busy day for Area 4 teams. There's a pitch outside by Stone. A 2-0 count and 6 behind the plate. Great reaction. Stretching across the body to get to that ball. That looked like it was headed for the backstop, and I'm surprised the runners didn't take off going. I don't know how Six got his glove in front of that one in time. A 2-0 count for Stone. Out of the stretch, off speed, is fouled towards the Doc's dugout on the third base side. Doc's in the third base dugout, having to battle the afternoon, early evening sun. Just pouring right in that dugout on the third base side. Corvallis in their home dugout on the first base side here at Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field. The 2-1 swing and a miss for Stearns, and he's got a 2-2 count. Brooks Stearns popped up on the infield for the final out in the first inning, leaving a man stranded at third. He's got another RBI opportunity here with runners at first and second and 1 away. His 2-2 pitch from Stone. Strike 3 call. Got it on the outside corner for Stone. That's his first punch out of the night. It's a big one, getting the second out here in the third. Don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust More Well Drilling. Keeping Douglas County green since 1947. Give them a call at 541-459-4039. 2 down with 2 on. Azel Bumpus will bat. He grounded to third base in his first at-bat. That was to lead off the second inning. He takes the first pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Stone trying to work through this third inning. He has had to pitch around a runner in scoring position in every inning so far. The 0-1, Bumpus will take high for a 1-1 count. Corvallis has gotten a runner to third in the first inning. Connor Spivak got the second in the second inning, and they've got Caleb Beach in scoring position at second base here in the third. 2 down, though, for Stone as he tries to work through the frame. The 1-1. Ground ball right side. Luther sliding to get in front of it, gloves it, and his throw to Stoffel is there. 4-3 for the putout. Doc Stewart's defense backing up Jonathan Stone. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error for the Doc Stewarts. 2 men left on base for Corvallis. We head to the top of the 4th inning, moving quickly through this 7-inning contest. Doc's in front 1-0 on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
Top of the 4th inning, Doc still in front 1-0. Jet Black will lead things off against Brandon Vogler on the mound still. Vogler getting a strike on the inside corner against Jet, who is 0 for 1 in the ballgame so far. The 0-1 pitch from Vogler. That one grounded third base side, gets into left field. Walker Riney will come in to get it. Jet with a turn at first, stays at the bag. Jet 1 for 2 tonight. leading things off, getting the leadoff man for the Docs on base for a second time in tonight's contest. Last time they did that, they came around to score in the first inning, and that put them in front 1-0. 1 on, nobody out. Cody Johnson will bat. First pitch, Johnson squaring to bunt. He takes in the dirt. Stearns behind the plate, able to knock it down, stayed with it, and that holds Jet at first. A 1-0 count for Cody Johnson, who grounded out to third his first time up. Not showing the bunt now. Got a 1-0 count. Johnson still not showing. Now will square. He takes. That pitch is at the top of the strike zone for a 1-1 count. Doc Stewart's Baseball today is brought to you by Cruz Farms Market, now open for the season. Of course, don't forget the pie. Johnson's 1-1 pitch, squares the bunt. He will lay it down third base side, looking to second. They throw to first. The throw back to second, not in time. Out at second base as El Bumpus is surprised that he didn't get the call there. So is the home fans. Sack bunt will be laid down for Cody Johnson.
Now batting, the catcher.
So Docs get the sack bunt, one away. At second base, Jet Black saw third base was wide open. He took a hard turn to see if it might be worthwhile to try and maybe take an extra base. And they threw to second to try and get him, diving back into the bag, and he just got back in time. Jay Stoffel will hit. Takes the first pitch for strike one. A 0-1 count for Stoffel, who was 0 for 1 in the game. A ground out to short his last time. Takes on the inside corner for strike two from Vogler. Oh, 2 count for Stoffel. Doc's first baseman batting an RBI opportunity for him here. Got underneath that pitch, fouls it away to stay alive. Stoffel this season batting .205. He does have 7 RBI. The 0-2 pitch for him. Vogler. Outside in the dirt, being aggressive and into third base without a throw goes Jet Black, now 90 feet from home with just 1 out. Jet advancing on the wild pitch will put him a little bit closer to home. Stoffel now, a sac fly could do the trick to extend the Docs lead at 1-0 right now. The 1-2 is low again for a 2-2 count. Back into the at-bat now for Stoffel. Docs I went by practice the other day, earlier this week, to do some interviews, and Docs worked on some base running drills. They were very adamant about being aggressive on the base paths. I saw it yesterday, seeing it again today as a pitch breaking ball low and outside, carried away from the right-hander Jay Stoffel. Stearns doing everything he can to make sure that ball does not get by. He was successful in that task. And it's a full count now for Jay Stoffel. 3-2 pitch. It's in the dirt for ball 4. Stearns will knock it down. He wore that one a bit. The walk puts Stoffel on base for the first time tonight. 1 away with runners on the corners now for the Doc Stewarts. And out to the mound will go the catcher, Brooks Stearns, to have a quick conversation with Brandon Vogler. Up to bat will be Drake Bourgeois. Drew a walk in the second inning, was left stranded at first base. An opportunity to bring in a run and help the Docs out here for Bourgeois. And time called as they are looking for the first and third defense here for Corvallis. Only out so far was a sac bunt by Cody Johnson. Wild pitch moving Jet Black to third. And now a walk putting Stoffel on at first. Docs with 1 run in so far on 3 hits and 2 errors. No runs on 3 hits, no errors for Corvallis. A pickoff throw to first. Stoffel back in safely. On the corners with just 1 away. Docs trying to add to their lead. Bourgeois, I believe last time he was up, it was 4 straight pitches, if I'm not mistaken, for Bourgeois' last time at the plate to draw the walk. His first pitch coming up. He squares the bunt, and it's fouled back behind home for strike 1. Bourgeois trying to see if they could squeeze home a run on that attempt there, but couldn't get it down in fair territory. The 0-1 pitch, he's squaring the bunt again, and the pitch is high for a 1-1 count. This is a moment where I'd love to hear what's going on in Coach Robbins' brain right now to see what he's thinking about the chess match going on between him and Coach Hilberg right now. Vogler on the mound, the 1-1 pitch, squaring the bunt again, pushed it first base side. That's in a perfect spot. Nobody out the bag at first to be able to get Bourgeois, and that's an RBI bunt single for Bourgeois. Up to second goes Stoffel. A run comes in to score. Docs leading at 2-0. Perfectly executed there by Bourgeois to get the Docs another run. He pushed it first base side. Off the mound, Vogler running towards first base to try and field it. Stumbled to try and pick up the baseball, and the first baseman, Carley, was there to help him out, leaving first base wide open. The second baseman, Bumpus, tried to get there to help cover, but it would not have been in time. So Docs push across a run. Now a flare down the first base side for Jacob Luther. Just goes foul for strike 1. So Bourgeois coming through with a well-executed bunt. Jet Black scored. Stoffel to second. Docs leading at 2-0. Some small ball coming through. Strike 2 taken for Jacob Luther. Luther 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking in the second inning, his first at bat. The 0-2 pitch from Vogler. Fouled off by Luther. He'll stay alive. So the Docs on top, 2-0 here in the 4th inning. Jonathan Stone getting some offense to help him out. Defense has definitely been working, for the most part, pretty well behind him. The errors that they have committed have not come back to haunt him. 0-2 pitch once again for Luther. Vogler's pitch, off speed, lined right at Bumpus at first base. They'll double off Drake Bourgeois. Bourgeois running on the contact. Got a little too aggressive on that play. Gets doubled off at first. If it gets by Bumpus, that's great to see there, but that one not enough behind it for Luther to get into the outfield. The line out and doubled off will finish things off here in the 4th inning for the Doc Stewarts, but they do get a run in, and they lead 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. This is Doc Stewarts Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Jonathan Stone leading things off in the bottom of the 4th inning with a breaking ball strike on the outside corner to the leadoff man, Walker Riney. The left fielder is 0 for 1 in the contest. Doc Stewarts are leading 2-0 as we start the bottom of the 4th. Another breaking ball for a called strike on the outside corner to Riney. Doc Stewart's Baseball tonight brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. The 0-2, low and inside for a 1-2 count now to Walker Riney. Well, the Doc Stewarts came into today's ball game winning 2 straight, looking to try and get another 3-game winning streak under their belt. Corvallis has won their last 5. Pitch outside for a 2-2 count. So Doc's trying to end a winning streak for Corvallis and get their own started. Longest winning streak of the season for the Docs has been 4 games. Been a hot and cold team this year. The 2-2 off the handles, popped up foul. It'll clear the netting into the stands, and a barehanded, one-handed catch back behind home by, if I'm not mistaken, he's wearing a hood, sunglasses, and the cap pulled low. I'm pretty sure that's Chris Stone, the older brother to starting pitcher Jonathan Stone. Standing down there with his mother, and I believe that's probably his girlfriend. I better be now. Good thing nobody can see him on camera. The 2-2 from Stone. Ground ball third base. Knocked down by Johnson. It was right at him, and he could not quite field it. It's going to be another error for the Doc Stewarts, unfortunately. We'll see if they can make sure that one doesn't hurt him again. That ball hard hit by Riney, but right at Cody Johnson. Popped out of his glove. It was just behind him. If he had located the baseball faster, he might have had a chance to throw to first. Probably would have been a little late. But it at least doesn't get into the outfield and allow Riney to get any more than just first base. 1 on, nobody out. Connor Spivak will bat. He reached on an error in the second inning. Doc's now with 3 errors in the contest. A strike taken for Spivak. An 0-1 count. Docs are leading 2-0. 2 runs on 4 hits, 3 errors. No runs on 3 hits, and no errors for Corvallis. They played a tight game yesterday and came back to win in the 7th of that one. We'll see if they can come back here. This ball, it popped off of the glove for Johnson. That one hard, even harder hit there by Spivak that time. It'll be a base hit. Great reaction time by Cody Johnson at third, and he almost got a chance to make a spectacular play, but got the leather on it, and that ball kicked off into foul territory. It'll be a base hit. Couple of hard hit balls right at Cody Johnson, doing the best he can on the hot corner. And with nobody out now, Corvallis, a couple of runners on base. That one took a 1 hop on the infield dirt, and that's all the reaction time that Cody Johnson had. Scoring to bunt the lefty, Ryan Hall will take low and outside for ball 1. To be honest with you, I'm even surprised that Cody got a glove on that ball with how hard it was hit. And he was diving, kind of swiping at it. Pitch outside, crashing in was Jay Stoffel with the bunt attempt from the lefty, but the pitch outside, he pulled back, takes for a 2-0 count. Ryan Hall ahead in the at-bat. Hall, a 1-for-1 game so far. He singled back in the second. He will take a strike for a 2-1 count. Doc's trying to hold on to this 2-0 lead. The 2-1 delivery, squaring to bunt, and it's fouled away. Hall not happy with himself, slamming the bat into the ground after he fouled that pitch off. He's got a 2-2 count. He's been trying to move both runners into scoring position with nobody out here in the 4th. Corvallis trailing 2-0, but he has not been able to successfully get a ball in play. Stone, a 2-2 pitch, looking for a strikeout. Won't get it on that one. It tails outside. Full count for the left-handed batter, Ryan Hall. Franklin Leonard, the 9-hitter, waiting on deck. Full count pitch for Stone. Breaking ball is high and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Corvallis with a prime opportunity to get themselves back in this ball game, down by a couple of runs. Up next will be Franklin Leonard, the center fielder. And out of the dugout is going to come Coach Jeremiah Robbins, the head coach, headed out there. I don't know if they make a change here early on. He's looking. like he might be wanting to make a pitch, and I think they're going, or make a change, and I think they're going to. It looks like they're going to go to Cody Johnson, the third baseman, to make a change here. That would imagine that means that Jay Stoffel will head over to third, and Jonathan Stone will go to first base to hand things off. Cody Johnson will take over on the mound. Jonathan Stone into the fourth inning, unable to record the first out, and he will give Cody Johnson a bases-loaded, no-out situation as the Docs lead 2-0. We'll take the break, come back after this call to the pen, brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Moving from third base to pitcher, number 2, Cody Johnson. Moving from pitcher to first base, number 15, John Stone. And moving from first base to third base.
This call to the pen has been brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulana or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. So it'll be Cody Johnson to take over on the mound for Jonathan Stone. Stone goes 3 innings, but unable to get an out here in the fourth as the bases are loaded with nobody out for Cody Johnson, and his first pitch is fouled back by Franklin Leonard. Stone, 3 innings work, gave up 4 hits. Right now, no runs to his credit, but all the runners on base are in. They are his to be earned if they come around to score. Breaking ball inside. 1-1 count now for Leonard. So those would all go to Stone's total if they come in to score here in the fourth inning. 2 walks and 1 strikeout for Jonathan in his start here today. A 1-1 from Cody Johnson's high and inside for a 2-1 count. Franklin Leonard flew out to right field. Soft bloop out that direction that Doran Gillespie came charging in to get to. The 2-1, that lined into center. It'll take a hop in front of Jet, gets away. 2 runs will come in to score. And here comes the go-ahead run to the plate, heading for third. The throw there, not in time. Into third goes Franklin Leonard. Gets a single and then an error. So a single and then the error in center field by Jet Black, playing that ball on the 1 hop. He came charging in to try and get to it and left himself with a short hop to try and field. So 3 runs will score total on that. And now Corvallis in front, 3-2. Those runs all go to Jonathan Stone's total. Did they get him at third? Yes, they did. It was a slap to third base. Stoffel making the catch and then a tag on Caleb Beach. Excuse me, the catch of Caleb Beach's line drive to third and then a tag of Franklin Leonard at third to make the double play. And Coach Hilberg there at third base is going to have a quick conversation with the infield umpire. And it was very quick.
Now batting, the first baseman.
So a double play, that'll help things out. That clears the bases. So Caleb Beach lined it to third baseman Jay Stoffel, who stabbed it out of the air, dove to the bag to tag Franklin Leonard as he was trying to get back. Cody Johnson with a pitch high and above the head of the batter now, Grant Carley. Base is empty, 2 down. But 3 runs in here in the fourth. A ball high on the infield. Jonathan Stone take it in foul territory. The first baseman makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Quick move in there with the double play to third base, and Stone then making the out in foul territory, but unfortunately those 3 runs go to his total as he exits the game, and now will be on the hook for the loss as Cody Johnson can't keep the Marketmen off the board here in the 4th inning. Franklin Leonard with a single to center and an error for the Doc Stewarts, helping a couple more runs come in. It's 3-2 after 4 innings of play. Docs trailing by 1 against Corvallis on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Top of the 5th inning, Doc Stewart's trailing now 3-2 against Corvallis. Caden Johnson will bat. A diving grab at third by Cooper Hartzell. His throw to first, not in time. Scooped out at first base for Corvallis by Grant Carley. That was great defense all around. Just couldn't make the play fast enough for Hartzell at third.
The catcher, number 6.
Dived to get to the ball to his left. And then his throw across the diamond, and Carley a great scoop at first to try and finish it off, but Johnson just beating out the throw by a step, and they throw over that direction for Brandon Vogler, still on the mound, throwing for Corvallis. Into his 5th inning of work. He's now got a lead to work with as his team helped him out there in the 4th inning. 3-2 in favor of Corvallis. Spencer 6, a breaky ball, throwing a miss. A throw down to second base as Johnson goes. Stolen base now for Caden. Taking off on the pitch. So the Doc Stewarts with a man in scoring position. That's the game-tying run. Caden Johnson has 1 run scored already. At the plate, an 0-1 count for Spencer. Spencer 0 for 1 in the game. Walked his last time at the plate in the 3rd. Squaring to bunt, Spencer puts it down third base side. Tried to barehand it, was Vogler. Now a barehand attempt there by Hartzell. He will not throw to first. And that'll be a base hit on the bunt attempt by Spencer 6. Gets him on. Up to third base goes Caden Johnson. Docks with runners on the corners and nobody out.
Now batting, the right fielder.
So Spencer at first, Johnson, Caden at third. Tourn Gillespie will bat here. The game-tying run at third base with nobody out for the Docs in the top of the 5th. They're going to have the pitcher Vogler step off. Direction coming from the dugout here for the Marketmen. Second bunt single of the night for the Doc Stewarts. Gillespie at the plate trying to tie this one up. First pitch from Vogler, high for ball 1. Vogler getting into the 60-pitch range here as he's into his 5th inning of work, but has not recorded an out yet in the top of the 5th. 2 runners on. Doc scoring 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 4th, but give up 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th to fall behind 3-2. Sharply hit. Look out in the on-deck circle for the Doc Stewarts. Jonathan Stone and Jet Black. That one split right between the 2 of them. A 1-1 count for Gillespie, who's 0 for 2 in the game. Last time reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. Batting here with nobody out and 2 on in the top of the 5th. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball towards third, gets by a diving Hartzell. It's backhanded by Caleb Beach. He does not make a throw to second to try and get 6. It'll be a single on the infield for Tourn Gillespie, driving in the game-tying run. Caden Johnson scoring from third. RBI single for Gillespie, his second time on base. Spencer up to second. Again, Caden Johnson coming in to score. Docs tie it up. Jonathan Stone will bat with nobody out and 2 still on base for the Docs. All knotted at 3. Looks like we're in store for a good finish to this one. Stone's going to show a bunt. He takes low and inside for ball 1. Stone 1 for 2 tonight with a RBI single in the first. Another chance for him here to do some damage. Now at first base for the Docs. He no longer is on the hook for a loss with the game now tied. The 1-0 pitch. Lined into left field. They're sending 6 up to third. He'll hold there. The throw goes to the plate all the way in the air from left field in Walker Riney. Good decision to hold Spencer at third by Coach Dave York. And the bases are loaded. Third, make it 4th single here in the 5th inning for the Doc Stewarts. Bases loaded and nobody out still.
The center fielder, number 18, Jet Black.
Jet Black will hit. He is 1 for 2. Had a single in the 4th. Third time through the lineup here for the Docs. Seems to be doing the trick. Single, 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 single on the top 4 hitters against Vogler. The infield playing in with their toes on the grass to try and cut off the run at home with the bases loaded and nobody out. First pitch was low to Jet. Only action in the Corvallis bullpen right now is a couple of kids playing catch. A 1-1 after a foul ball for Jonathan Stone. Neither of those kids playing catch have a Corvallis uniform on, I should clarify. These guys are all still kids out there. 1-1 count for Jonathan Stone, or excuse me, for Jet Black. He takes outside for a 2-1 count. Docs tying it up here in the top of the 5th. In a favorable position right now with the bases loaded and nobody out. The 2-1 from Vogler. Misses low and outside. 3-1 the count now. Tied at 3. And Jet trying to put the Docs back in front. The 3-1. Takes for ball 4, and Jet will do it on a bases loaded walk. So the Docs retake the lead at 4-3. An RBI walk for Jet Black. Scoring was Spencer 6. Tourn Gillespie goes to third. Jonathan Stone to second. And a visit out to the mound now for Corvallis. While we've got a break in the action, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. Brandon Vogler will stay in the game, but now there is a Corvallis pitcher warming up in the bullpen, a righty down there. Doc Stewart's Baseball today brought to you by Bimart. Score big at Bimart where you can get ready for your season for less. Cody Johnson will bat. He flares one out to right field. It hits once on the infield dirt into right field. 1 run comes in to score, and the Docs will add another on a base hit for Cody Johnson. He's now 1 for 2, picks up his first RBI of the night. That ball not hit hard, but it flares over the top of the infield, who was playing in to try and cut off the run at home. And Cody didn't need a lot behind it to drive in Tourn Gillespie. Docs add another run on top 5-3. Bases still loaded with nobody out. Gillespie scores. Stone goes to third. Jet Black to second. First pitch in the dirt to Jay Stoffel. He takes for ball 1, and Brooks Stearns behind the plate, able to knock that one down and not allow the runners to advance. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt again to Stoffel, and once again working behind the plate. Stearns having to make sure that he smothers that baseball, not allow it to get by. Not a deep backstop, but if it gets by with a runner at third, there's a chance to drive in a run. Comebacker knocks the glove off of Vogler. It goes to home for one. Stone will be out. That had to freeze everybody on the infield. Didn't want to get caught off for a double play. If Vogler had caught that ball, it knocked his glove off, and backing up the play, Azel Bumpus wisely goes to home to get Stone on the force out for the first out. Base is still loaded. Docs do not add a run, but there's now one out now here in the top of the fifth. Smart play by Azel Bumpus.
The left fielder, number 3.
Wisely making the play at home. A fielder's choice will put Stoffel on at first. Pitch in the dirt to Drake Bourgeois for a 1-0 count. One away. Stoffel at first. Johnson at second. Black at third. Bourgeois at the plate with a 1-0 pitch. It's high for a 2-0 count. Strike taken for Bourgeois. 2 balls, 1 strike against him. 1 away. Bases loaded for the Docs. They've added 3 runs here in the fifth to retake the lead 5-3. A ball fouled away. 2-2 the count for Drake Bourgeois, who is 1 for 1 in this game. Had an RBI single in the fourth with his bunt single. He walked in the second. His 2-2 pitch fouled off. Shadows starting to creep out from right field across the diamond here at Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field. I'm assuming the lights will start flickering in as the night wears on. We are in the 5th inning of this 7-inning ball game. 2-2 in the air for Bourgeois, out towards right center on the run. Spivak will make the catch, tagging and heading for home. The throw instead will go to third. Docs add another on the sac fly. Jet Black will score. Tagging and heading to third is Cody Johnson. Staying at first is Jay Stoffel. The run will count, but an out was made. They said that he left early at second. Cody Johnson apparently leaving early at second. They appeal at the bag and get the final out here in the top of the fifth. So that will wrap things up, but the run does count. Jet Black will score. And the Doc Stewarts will take the lead back in their favor, on top now 6-3. Johnson on the mound as we go to the bottom of the fifth on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Bottom of the fifth inning, Doc Stewart's on top 6-3, scoring 4 runs on 5 hits there in the top of the fifth inning. After giving up the lead to Corvallis, they storm right back and take it, as the Docs now in front by 3, their largest lead of the night. Cody Johnson will work with the lead. Now he'd be the winning pitcher if the Docs can hang on. Misses outside. As we start things here in the bottom of the fifth, it is Cooper Hartzell at the plate. Takes low and outside. He's got a 3-1 count from Cody Johnson. Hartzell 0 for 2 in the game, reached on an error in the third. Takes the 3-1 pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Full count pitch coming up here as we lead things in the bottom of the 5th inning. Just missing outside on the pitch. Johnson will walk the leadoff man for Corvallis. So Hartzell down to first. His second time on base here tonight. The catcher, Brooks Stearns, will hit. He's 0 for 2. Struck out looking his last time up. That was against Jonathan Stone. Cody Johnson came in the 4th inning for Stone after Stone loaded the bases with nobody out. Cody's first pitch here against Stearns is in for strike 1. Doc Stewart's Baseball today brought to you by Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Johnson's 0-1 delivery. High and inside for a 1-1 count. So the final total line here on Jonathan Stone, I had him down for 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned. 2 walks and 1 strike. We'll confirm with our guys in the booth here. 2-1 the count for Cody Johnson. Two balls and a strike for Brooks Stearns. With a man at first and nobody out. Swing and a miss goes after the breaking ball as it tailed away from the right-handed hitter. Evens up the count at 2-2 for Cody Johnson. Cooper Hartzell on at first. A minimum lead there. 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball in the dirt. Picked up a throw down to first by 6 to try and get Hartzell off the bag. He gets back in time. But a strikeout for Cody Johnson. First out here in the 5th for the Doc Stewarts. Don't strike out when it comes to water for your home. Trust more well drilling, keeping Douglas County green since 1947. 1 away, 1 on. Azell Bumpus will bat. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Bumpus is 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts so far tonight. His first at-bat against Cody Johnson. Swing and a miss. The high heat. A 1-1 count. Docs will be back to action again tomorrow against the Walla Walla Bears at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Throw over to first. Still plenty of time to go in this ball game, but if the score does hold for the Doc Stewarts, they would win tomorrow would put them in the championship game on Sunday, so that is still a possibility. Pitch low for a 2-1 count here against Bumpus. As I mentioned, still very early in this ball game. Well, not very early, but still early. A lot of game to play. In the bottom of the 5th, Doc's leading 6-3. They were up 2-0 early. Corvallis put 3 runs across in the 4th. Doc scored 4 in the top of the 5th to retake the lead as a pitch outside. 3 balls and a strike for Bumpus. Trying to find his way on base any way he can. Wind picking up here. Shadows continue to creep out across the field from right field. Home plate is in shadows. The mound is partially in the shadows. Left field is the sun field here at Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field. Third base still kind of in the sun as the sun is heading back behind trees and behind the horizon. So we get to nightfall here in Corvallis. The 3-1 pitch hits the outside corner for strike 2. Bumpus was ready to head on down to first. He's got to come back to the plate for the full count pitch with 1 away. Johnson's 3-2 delivery. Outside for ball 4. Issues another walk here in the 5th. A walk and 2 walks and a strikeout for Cody so far here in the 5th inning. 2 runners on. And out of the dugout's going to come pitching coach Bo Kearns to have a conversation with Cody Johnson. Out to the mound will go Spencer Six as well. Doc Stewart's Baseball here on 1490 The Score. Brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. Earlier today, let's take a look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Building relationships, building projects, building materials. Garrettson Building Supply supporting our Douglas County community for over 90 years. From Area 4 earlier today, Medford has gone 3-0 in the Reno tournament, winning yesterday 5-2 against the West Coast Kings, and today they played 2 games, winning 7-3 against Yuba City and 6-5 against the Reno Knights. So Medford putting some wins in the win column for them. I think that is getting them closer to a .500 record on the season. Right now, though, they are a little bit further behind in the Area 4 standings. Other games going on today. Eugene's taking on the Pabco Roofers. They started at 7 o'clock tonight. Eugene yesterday defeating the Willamette Valley Titans in a non-leaguer, 21-16. Fireworks going on the 4th of July between the Challengers and the Titans. A 1-0 count for Walker Riney. Reached on an error in the 4th inning and came around to score. He bats here with runners at first and second and one away in the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 5th inning. 1-0 pitch for Cody Johnson. Deep breath. He kicks and fires. That ball lined to right field. Gillespie will take it on the one hop. They're going to send Hartzell around third. The throw goes all the way to the plate. Couldn't make the tag. Hartzell will come in to score. The throw beat Hartzell to the plate, but it took a couple of bounces into Spencer Six. He tried to knock it down and get it into his glove hand to make the tag, but it just took too long. Hartzell will slide in around. Spencer Six at the plate. And Walker Riney will drive in a run. A single to right field gets him on. Up to second base when Azell Bumpus. One run in. It's 6-4 in favor of the Doc Stewarts. Still just one out here in the 5th. Batting is Connor Spivak. He had a single his last time up. 1 for 2 tonight. Breaking ball for the first pitch strike. Spivak has been on base twice, reached once on an error. He falls behind even further in this at-bat, fouling one away for an 0-2 count. One out. Docs could use a ground ball here with runners at first and second. Try and turn two and get out of it. The 0-2 pitch, a little far inside. Spivak as a statue stands there and watches that ball go by. 1-2 the count. Low and inside. Evens it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trying to get Spivak to chase something, but he does not. Does not oblige Cody Johnson. The 2-2 delivery. Strike 3 called. Hit it on the outside corner. A punch out for Cody. Big one there. It's his second of the inning. He's got 2 down. And Ryan Hall will bat with 2 outs and 2 on.
Number 4, Ryan Hall.
That is just the 3rd strikeout for the Docs pitching staff in this game against Corvallis, but a big one. Right now the game-tying run at first base for Corvallis. Here in the bottom of the 5th, they trail 6-4. Johnson will face the lefty Ryan Hall. First pitch, a breaking ball, ends up too low. Johnson has now thrown an inning and 2/3, but I have him up over 30 pitches already as a pitch high for a 2-0 count. He faced just 3 batters in the 4th inning to get through things there, but he has now faced 5 hitters here in the 5th. The 2-0 gets it on the outside corner for a called strike. That ball in the air now for Hall to left field on the run. Drake Bourgeois is not going to get to it. 1 run's going to come in. They're sending around the 2nd run, the game-tying run to the plate. The runner going to 3rd. The throw is going to beat him. In a rundown is Hall. The throw to Jacob Luther will make the final out. Hall going to have a 2-run double to tie this ball game up, but he gets tagged on the rundown to finish off the inning. So the Docs cannot hang on to their 6-3 lead. Corvallis gets 3 back in the bottom of the 5th, and it's a tie ball game as we go to the 6th inning. 6-all. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Corvallis will make a call to the pen, brought to you by Shelby and Migulana Construction. Your local leaders for any project, big or small. 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulana or visit their website, webuildhouses.com. Taking over for Brandon Vogler. New man on the mound is Ethan Vandelinder. Vandelinder, the right-hander from South Albany High School. Junior this last spring, will be a senior coming up in 2020. He'll face Jacob Luther. Confirm here in just a second if there's any other changes. Vogler exits the game after 5 innings worked. Do they make just a straight switch for the pitcher there? Okay, that's what I was expecting. So the DH will stay in, and the pitcher will come in. Vandelinder misses high and away. Ball 1 to Jacob Luther as he starts his time on the mound. A 1-0 pitch. Luther gets underneath it. Out towards left center. On the run, though, Franklin Leonard underneath it for the catch. To retire the first batter here in the 6th. Tied at 6. Back and forth the lead has been going. Docs led 2-0 early. Corvallis scored 3 in the bottom of the 4th to take a 3-2 lead. Docs put 4 on the board in the top of the 5th to take a 6-3 lead. And then Corvallis 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th to tie it up at 6-all. Top of the order, Caden Johnson will be batting. Vandelinder's first pitch is high for ball 1. One away, a 1-0 count. Hits the outside corner for strike 1 against Caden Johnson. A 1-1 count now. Johnson 2 for 3 in this game. Has scored twice. A 1-1 pitch from Vandelinder. A swing and a miss at the breaking ball for strike 2. Ethan Vandelinder. 5'10", 180 pounds listed for the pitcher. The 1-2 pitch here to Johnson. Fouls it away to stay alive. Lights starting to come on here at Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field, as most of the field pretty much now in the shade, as the sun looks like it is pretty much behind the horizon now. A 1-2 count at the plate for Caden Johnson. Vandelinder set. He works out of the stretch with nobody on base, and he misses low and outside for a 2-2 count. Thrown out of the stretch with nobody on. The reliever out of the pen. The Docs have an arm warming up in their bullpen as well. The 2-2. Johnson pulls it towards short. Beach in front of it. His throw to first, beating Johnson by a half step. Almost beat out that infield ground ball. 2 away for the Doc Stewarts here in the top of the 6th.
Number 6.
Spencer 6 will bat with 2 on and nobody out. Peyton Hope is thrown in the bullpen right now for the Doc Stewarts. He may be used for a short relief appearance here for the Doc Stewarts. Get his bullpen session in, as we heard from Coach Jeremiah Robbins, that they'll get bullpen sessions in for their starters before their league game appearances here during live action in this tournament. 1-0 count for Spencer, the lefty. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Even it up at 1-1. 6 is 1 for 2 tonight. Has a walk and a single. is 1-1 delivery from Ethan Vanderlinder. Breaking ball does not really drop, and it stays high for a 2-1 count. So the Docs in a tie ball game here against Corvallis. This one started at 7 o'clock. By the rules, we would be looking at a 9:15 deadline to get the last inning started. In the 6th inning, it feels like that's pretty comfortable to get to that. And Kip keeps cursing me for even bringing up the time limit. 2-2 the count after another called strike against Spencer 6. Got underneath the 2-2 pitch in the air. Leonard, the speedy center fielder, looks like he's got no problem getting to the spot for that one, and it'll retire the side. A 1-2-3 frame for Ethan Vanderlinder. And the Doc Stewart still tied 6-6 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Doc Stewart's make a call to the pen, brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction. On the mound for Cody Johnson will be Peyton Hope, who will take over. And it looks like it'll be a straight switch for Cody Johnson. So Peyton Hope will take over in the 6th spot in the lineup. So he may only have the one inning outing here if they look to try and let somebody else bat for him coming up in the 7th if the Docs get there. Peyton Hope would be the 4th batter up in the 7th inning if he stays in the lineup. A bunt down the third base line on the first batter. Franklin Leonard will get on with a bunt single. That's the go-ahead run for Corvallis. Cody Johnson Jay Stoffel at third base came charging in, but caught off guard on the bunt attempt on the first pitch from Peyton Hope. So Franklin Leonard gets on. Now the lefty leadoff man Caleb Beach. He'll square to bunt, takes low for ball 1. Caleb Beach is 1 for 2 today. Last time at the plate, he had a line drive to third that led to a double play. Low and inside for a 2-0 count. As he continues to square, showing the bunt. As he tries to move the go-ahead runner into scoring position. Cody Johnson pitched 2 innings for the Docs. Bunt back to the mound, fielded by Peyton Hope. His throw to first. Got it there just in time. Peyton Hope bobbled it, but still gets the ball to Stone at first in time for the out. Up to second base goes Franklin Leonard. That was a tight play at first. Would have been an error on Hope if he didn't make it, but he does stick with it and makes the play. So 1 down, a man in scoring position at second. Grant Carley, the first baseman, will bat. Carley is 1 for 3 today. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Franklin Leonard, after his bunt single here in the 6th, now at second base. Peyton Hope takes over on the mound for Cody Johnson, who, again, I said pitched 2 innings in relief. But he'll exit the game with a no decision as well, with the game tied at 6-all. So this game will come down to the bullpens for both sides. Peyton Hope's 2-0 delivery. Misses again for a 3-0 count. .30 pitch for Peyton. Got it on the outside corner that time for strike 1. Getting him back into the at-bat. Lights starting to come on here around Hansen Stadium at Taylor Field now. Every light pole is lit up. Ground ball, left side. Backhanded by Johnson. The throw to first. No, he will not make the throw. It'll be a base hit on the infield for Grant Carley. Staying at second base was Leonard. Johnson faking as if he was going to throw, trying to see if he could catch Leonard off the bag at second, trying to advance to third on the throw to first. He did not. And so you've got runners at first and second with 1 away. First pitch to the lefty. Cooper Hartzell has him spinning out of the way. 1-0 count. Left-handed. He was trying to bunt, and he pulled back. Oh, he did. He did get called for a strike. Sorry, I misread that play. Got caught trying to bunt and left it out there as he was getting out of the way of the pitch. So a called strike on the first, swing and a miss, on the first pitch. Takes the first pitch for a 1-1. Grounds it towards second, could be 2. Luther flips it to Johnson to throw to first. They will not get the play at first. They've got the out at second base. I think Johnson, did he drop that ball on the transfer? So they get the out at second base. Runners on the corners with 2 down now. That's Grant Carley forced out at second.
The catcher, number 21.
Fielder's choice for Hartzell at first. And up to third goes Franklin Leonard. So runners on the corners with 2 down. Doc's trying to keep it a tie ball game at 6-all. Peyton Hope's first pitch to Brooks Stearns is low for ball 1. Stearns is 0 for 3 in the game with a pair of strikeouts. Peyton Hope will check first before he comes set with the runners on the corners and 2 away. The 1-0 is low for a 2-0 count. Corvallis tomorrow will be playing the Portland Eastside Cutters, again at the 7 o'clock game. They've got the late one each night. Trying to go to 2-0 in their own tournament here and win their 6th straight. Ground ball right side to Jacob Luther. He'll pick it up and he throws to first for the final out. Coming into the game, Peyton Hope able to keep Corvallis off the board here in the 6th. And the Doc Stewarts will head to the plate in the 7th, trying to regain the lead. It's tied at 6 as we head to the final frame of regulation on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
To the 7th inning we go. Doc Stewart's tied with Corvallis 6-6. The Girding Builders Marketmen going to try and keep it that way here in the top of the 7th, where they will face Tourn, Gillespie, Jonathan Stone, and Jet Black. Today's game brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Tourn Gillespie 1 for 3 in this game, had an RBI single in the 5th. He leads things off here against Ethan Vandelinder, who took over for Brandon Vogler. A pitch outside for ball 1. 1-0 count for Gillespie. Takes low for a 2-0 pitch. No action in the Corvallis bullpen right now, but there is an arm getting loose for the Docs. That is Jacob Luther throwing. Do not see. You've got the 3 hitters due up, all with bats in their hands. At the plate, of course, Tourn Gillespie now with the 3-0 count. Then Jonathan Stone and Jet Black. Peyton Hope would be the 4th batter due up, so he may have just had the 1 inning of work. They've got Luke Van Norman actually getting some swings, as it looks like he'll probably have a pinch hit appearance coming up. A 3-0 strike low and outside against Gillespie. So I imagine Peyton Hope will be done, and they'll turn it over, it looks like, to Jacob Luther to try and finish this game off in the bottom of the 7th, although Docs right now in a tie ball game 6-6. Ground ball, foul down the third base side for Gillespie. That'll be strike 2. Hartzell down the third base line, diving at that one as it just got into foul territory. So Gillespie back at the plate with a full count here against Vandelinder. Vandelinder's 3-2 offering. Gillespie high into the air out to center field. Franklin Leonard, very high caliber center fielder, has no problem with that ball. Makes the catch to retire the first out. One down, and Jonathan Stone will bat.
Number 15, John Stone.
Stoney tonight 2 for 3 with an RBI single in the first. Hitting with the bases empty. Corvallis had a walk-off win yesterday. If they'll be looking to do the same again here in this one with the game tied right now. 1-0 pitch to Stone is outside, or the first pitch outside by quite a bit there for Vandelinder. And the dirt for the 2-0 count. So Jacob Luther is warming up in the bullpen for the Doc Stewarts. Luther this season has only pitched in 2/3 of an inning, made just 1 appearance. He did pick up a win in that inning. Didn't give up a hit, had 1 strikeout, no walks, and no runs allowed. The 2-0 to Stone. He hits it, ground ball to third. Hartzell in front of it, plenty of time. Is able to just get it there in time. Stone pointing to the bag after he ran through, trying to say he beat the throw. He thought he was there in time. He does not quite get there. 2 down.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 18.
Stone, with those long legs, man, he covers a lot of ground with those long strides of his. 2 down, nobody on base for Jet Black. He has scored twice in this ball game. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Vandelinder. Jet is 1 for 2. 2 runs scored, has an RBI on a bases loaded walk in the 5th inning. Vandelinder's 0-1. Strike 2 taken on the outside corner for Jet. The 0-2 delivery. High. Tie ball game, 6-6 here in the top of the 7th inning. Docs trying to get a run if they can. That's probably not going to do it. A tapper, first base side of the mound, fielded by Vandelinder. He'll flip it to first. And the Doc Stewarts will go down in order against Ethan Vandelinder here in the 7th. Vandelinder comes in relief of Brandon Vogler, and he has thrown 3 innings And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Corvallis trying to walk off with a win for a second night in a row. They'll come up to bat against Jacob Luther, I believe. Nope, Peyton Hope will take the mound. His batting position did not come up, so he will stay in this game as we go to the bottom of the 7th on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
Number 3, Adele Bumpus.
Yeah. Oh, we bring you back here for the bottom of the 7th inning. Tie ball game at 6-all. Leading things off is Azell Bumpus, the second baseman, taking high and away. Has a 2-1 count against Peyton Hope, who stays in the game. His position in the batting order didn't come up, and so they're able to leave him in there. His 2-1 pitch swung on and fouled back to the backstop for strike 2 against Peyton Hope. Hope came in the 6th inning. Had 1 inning of work, gave up 2 hits, but did not give up a run. Pitched out of having runners on first and third. His 2-2 pitch here to Bumpus. Ground ball towards short. It's Caden Johnson in front of it, and no problem for him across the diamond to retire the first batter. 1 away. Doc Stewart's trying to keep this game tied and force it into extras against Corvallis. Walker Riney will bat with 1 out and nobody on base. Riney is 1 for 3 tonight with an error and a single. Does have an RBI in the ball game. First pitch swinging, 1 hopper to Jay Stoffel at third. And he quickly makes the throw across the diamond to get Riney by a couple of steps. That hard hit ground ball right at Jay Stoffel. Just had to lean to his right to snag that ball down below the waist and fire across to Jonathan Stone. It's 2 down quickly there for Peyton Hope, and Connor Spivak will try to get something going with 2 outs for Corvallis here in the bottom of the 7th. Meanwhile, Peyton Hope on the mound gets a foul ball on the first pitch, trying to force it into extras. Looks like Luke Van Norman would be the leadoff man if the game does go to the 8th. Pitch high for a 1-1 count now to Spivak. The 1-1 taken for a strike, and Spivak has himself with a 1-2 count. 3 pitchers used by the Docs so far. We saw Jacob Luther warming up in the bullpen. He would, I would imagine, be used as the pitcher in the bottom of the 8th if we get to that point. Pitch is in the dirt for a 2-2 count. Out of the windup for Hope is 2-2. Low again. Full count now with 2 down and nobody on. Spivak 1 for 3 in the contest. His lone hit was a bounder through the left side of the infield. The 3-2. And it got him. Spivak wears that one. The hit by pitch. Hard way to get on base there with a full count. And that is the game-winning run now at first. Ryan Hall is 2 for 2 today. He's got a double and a single. Drove in 2 runs in the 5th inning. Seems to be the right guy to step up to the plate for Corvallis with the game-winning run at first. Docs need just one more out to force extras. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1 out of the crouch. Spencer 6 able to keep that ball in front of him. Out to the mound will go Bo Kearns for a brief meeting with Peyton Hope and Spencer 6. Well, the Doc Stewarts will be back to action coming up tomorrow. 1 o'clock game against the Walla Walla Bears. You can catch the game right here on 1490 The Score and streaming online at 541radio.com. So join us tomorrow. Stay tuned after the game. We'll go to our Roseburg Disposal post-game show to wrap up this one for you here on the 5th of July. Spending our 4th of July holiday weekend here in Corvallis yet again. Doc Stewart's trying to keep undefeated in the tournament. A 1-0 pitch for Peyton Hope is inside to the lefty Ryan Hall for a 2-0 count. At first base, Spivak takes the lead after getting hit by that pitch on a 3-2 delivery. Check swing called for strike 1 against Hall. Pickoff throw to first, just in ahead of the tag by Stone. Peyton Hope, is 2-1 pitch is outside to 3-1 count. Three balls, 1 strike. Hope trying to get through this matchup here. Ground ball, first base side. Jonathan Stone will take it. He'll apply the tag to Hall, and that'll finish things in the 7th. So we get through regulation with this one tied at 6, and we still got time to spare, so they'll head to the 8th. We go to the top of the 8th inning for the Doc Stewarts when we return on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Well, we go to extra innings, top of the 8th inning. The Doc Stewarts and the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen, they are tied at 6. In the 8th inning for the Doc Stewarts, we'll have a pinch hitter coming in. For Peyton Hope will be Luke Van Norman.
Pinch hitter, number 7, Luke Van Norman.
Van Norman will bat for Peyton Hope. And that means that Hope will be done on the mound as we go to the bottom of the 8th, whenever that will come up. First pitch, it's Ethan Vandelender still on the mound for Corvallis, and he gets one to drop on the inside corner to the left-handing Van Norman for strike 1. The 0-1 here for Van Norman is low and inside for a 1-1 count. Luke coming in the pinch hit appearance here. Van Norman batting .281 on the season. In some spot duty, has been in and out of the starting lineup at times at certain positions and gotten plenty of pinch hit opportunities. Takes in the dirt for ball 2. So that means with Peyton Hope done, Hope pitches 2 innings in relief and does not allow a run. Just allows 2 hits. That ball laced to left field for Van Norman, but playing in on the ball. Out in left field, Walker Riney will make the catch.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 9, Jace.
So 1 away as Van Norman lines out to left. They were cheating in on him there. 1 down, Jay Stoffel will bat. First pitch here for Stoffel from Vandelender is a strike on the outside corner. For Stoffel, this will be his first at-bat against Ethan Vandelender, who has faced the minimum in his 2 innings work so far. Started against the 9th hitter, Jacob Luther, and is making his way through the lineup for the first time. His 0-1 pitch low for a 1-1 count. Stoffel has been on base twice, a walk and a fielder's choice. Looking for his first hit of the evening. His 1-1 pitch, grounded it to short. Caleb Beach in front of it. Throws high to first. Did he get the tag in time? Yes, they'll say he did. Umpire at first saying that Grant Carley swipes as the throw took him high and away from the bag down the first base line towards home. But he swiped back behind him, able to get Stoffel on the back as he ran by for the second out. Two down, base is empty. Drake Bourgeois will hit. Drake is 1 for 2. Excuse me, 1 for 1. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Last time up, he had a sacrifice fly to right field to drive in a run for the Doc Stewarts. Back in the 5th. The 1-0 pitch from Vandelender. Outside corner, hits for strike 1. For Eugene in the bottom of the 8th, they'll have their 9-1 and 2 hitters coming up. I said Eugene, sorry, I don't know why I said that. Corvallis, a 1-1 is low for a 2-1 count. Probably confusing everybody, and I didn't even know it. Corvallis, Eugene did play today. They lost to the Pabco Roofers 10-4 in a non-leaguer. Just getting that score in. Maybe that's why I had Eugene in my head. The 2-1 is low to Bourgeois for a 3-1 count. He has 1 walk already. Trying to find his way on base for a 3rd time. Vandelender. He has retired now 8 straight batters. He's got a 3-1 pitch coming up to Bourgeois. He does get it on the corner for strike 2. So it's a full count with 2 down. Bourgeois trying to keep the inning alive for Dr. Stewart's. The 3-2 offering misses for ball 4. Not off by much, it didn't seem. A walk issued to Bourgeois, and that will be the first base runner against Ethan Vandelender in relief. He has done a nice job of keeping this game tied. It was all tied up in the 5th inning, and we've been knotted at 6 ever since. Jacob Luther will bat. He is 0 for 3, looking for his first hit of the night. He had a big hit in his last at-bat last night, so can he come through with a big hit in what might be his final at-bat tonight? We will find out. A 1-0 pitch coming up for Vandelender. Throw over first base, not in time. It appears there may have been another earthquake down in the Los Angeles area, and Dodgers and Padres squaring off, playing through that one apparently. A 1-0 pitch, low and outside for a 2-0 count. Also, NBA Summer League action going on in Las Vegas as apparently that's postponing some of the Summer League games with that earthquake. They had an earthquake a little bit ago, a day or two ago. But apparently another one hitting there in Southern California. 2-0 pitch. Luther hits a hard one towards short. It's easily fielded by Beach, and he flips to Azel Bumpus for the force out at second base to finish off the top of the 8th inning. Doc Stewarts get one runner on and are unable to do anything with it. We'll stay tied at 6 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball, streaming at 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Doc Stewarts will make another call to the pen, brought to you by Shelby and Migulena Construction. Their 4th pitcher used will be Jacob Luther. We'll tell you more when we come back. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Jacob Luther takes over. Game tied at 6. Unless this one moves quickly, this could be the end of the ball game here between the Doc Stewarts and the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen. It'll be Franklin Leonard to lead things off. Jacob Luther, we mentioned, comes in. He's only pitched in 2/3 of an inning this season for the Doc Stewarts. And he will miss low and outside for ball 1 against Franklin Leonard. Leonard has a 2-for-3 night going. Luke Van Norman stays in the game after his pinch hit appearance. And he goes to second base to take over for Luther. The 1-0 pitch misses upstairs, a 2-0 count. Luther trying to keep it a tie ball game and at least force a tie for the Docs in this one if he can. That might mess things up with the tournament standings if that's the way things end, but I'm sure they've got a plan for that. I'm told not really. We'll figure it out as we go. That happened in the Docs tournament as well. Pitch in the dirt for Luther. He'll walk the leadoff man. So the game-winning run on at first for Corvallis.
Now batting, the shortstop,
Luther
number 7,
from Umpqua Valley Christian School. Jacob Luther pitched in 15 games for Umpqua Valley Christian, the 2A, 1A state champs. Fires in a pitch, bunted in the air, caught by the catcher, Spencer, 6 for the first out. Caleb Beach tried to lay down a sac bunt, and quick out of his crouch. Spencer, 6 from behind the plate. An awesome job to get to that baseball, laying out all the way, full extension. Makes the catch to retire the first out. And the runner at first, Leonard, had to go back to the bag, so the sac bunt attempt does not work out for the Marketmen. One down, Luther will face Grant Carley in the first pitch, a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. Luther pitched 15 games, made 4 starts for the Monarchs, pitched in 39 innings, had a 5-0 record, 5 saves, a 1.79 ERA, 52 strikeouts, and 22 walks during the spring. But he's been used strictly as a second baseman really this season with the Docs as he misses low for a 2-0 count against Grant Carley. Luther did not pitch last season when he played with the Doc Stewarts, played only in the field at second base. He's got a 2-0 count here with 1 out, looking for a possible double play ball. The 2-0. Did not miss by much. Waiting to see if the strike call, it's been it's a slow strike call from a home umpire. It has been all night, and I was waiting to see if he might call that one. It was just a bit up. The 3-0 is low for ball 4. So Luther walking a second batter here in the 8th. First and second for Corvallis. Leonard at second. Carley at first, and Cooper Hartzell, the left-handed third baseman, left-handed hitting third baseman, will bat. He is 0 for 3 in this game, has a walk and a run scored, and out to the mound. Out to the mound will go Spencer 6. And now the Docs in a precarious situation here in the bottom of the 8th, extra innings. This Corvallis team, they are only about 24 hours away from last night's game where they walked off with a victory against the Walla Walla Bears, winning 3-2. The man that drove in the winning run is at the plate, Cooper Hartzell. First pitch is low for ball 1. So Hartzell is looking to try and become the hero once again. A 1-0 pitch is low again for Luther, and he has struggled to find that strike zone, and out of the dugout will come Coach Robbins, out to have a conversation on the mound. Got a feeling I know what this one's at least going to be focused on. We got to throw strikes. Can't get the outs if you don't put it over the plate. And so Luther, who has walked 2 batters already, is going to have to try and throw something at least close to the zone for these guys to try and hit. Back to the dugout for Coach Robbins. A 2-0 count at the plate for Cooper Hartzell. A walk would load the bases. The game-winning run out at second. Doc's trying to get to a 3-game winning streak. Corvallis trying to stretch their winning streak to 6. Breaking ball misses low and inside to go to a 3-0 count. A walk would really put the pressure on. Luther trying to get that 3-0 strike, and he will not. So he does load the bases. 3 walks issued by Jacob Luther here in the bottom of the 8th. And here we go.
The catcher, number 21, Brooks.
He can't put another guy on. Brooks Stearns, who's 0 for 4 in the game, has the golden opportunity to try and win this one. Anything in the outfield probably does it. First pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Not the outing that Jacob Luther was hoping for here. They play with the infield in to cut the run off at home. Breaking ball low in the dirt for a 2-0 count. Well, this could end in slightly undramatic fashion. The 2-0 pitch. There's a strike for Luther. 2-1 the count now against Brooks Stearns, who was probably just waiting for a strike. Time called. Two-one delivery coming up for Luther. That ball in the air out towards right field on the run. Doran Gillespie will make the catch. Tagging and heading for home will be Franklin Leonard. Corvallis walks off with the victory. A sac fly for Brooks Stearns will end it. And the Doc Stewarts will fall 7-6 against Corvallis. Final in 8 inning, Corvallis walks off with another win in their home tournament. They'll go to 2-0 in the tourney. Docs fall to 1-1. And they'll try to go to 2-1 and see where that leaves them after tomorrow's action for Sunday's championship day. We'll come back and wrap it up for you in the Roseburg Disposal postgame show when we return after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
We'll welcome you into the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Let them make the run to the ump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, our post-game show sponsors. Docs fall in a very entertaining and exciting game. Just didn't go their way here tonight. They lose against the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen 7-6. The final score, a walk-off sac fly for Brooke Stearns drives in the game-winning run to make it 7-6, your final score. Docs go to 1-1 here in the tournament. They fall to 16-10 on the season. Corvallis goes to 19-11 on the year. Final line in this one, 6 runs on 9 hits, 4 errors for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts, and 7 runs on 9 hits, no errors for Corvallis. Getting the win will be Ethan Vandelender, who pitches 3 innings, gave up no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. But he had a really sharp relief appearance, facing just 1 over the minimum in those 3 innings. Taking the loss will be Jacob Luther. He pitched the 8th inning, got through 2/3 of it, but gave up 3 walks, and a sac fly ends it as he gives up the 1 earned run to take the loss, and the matchup to go to 1-1 on the season. Doc Stewart's led 1-0 after the first inning as we get you our news review, sports section, game recap. For more on today's game and for more coverage of the Doc Stewarts, make sure you always pick up a print copy of the news review. 1 run in the top of the first for the Docs, another in the 4th. They led 2-0, but Corvallis would get 3 in the bottom of the 4th inning to take a 3-2 lead. Docs would take the lead back with 4 runs in the top of the 5th, leading 6-3 at the time, but Corvallis tied it back up with 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. We were tied at 6 until the bottom of the 8th when they scored the winning run on the sac fly. That is how this one plays out here today. We will take a look at more of the numbers, individual statistics, when we come back with more of the Roseburg Disposal post-game show. Stay tuned, folks. We've also got our Joe's Towing Player of the Game to announce as well. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score.
Season is finally here, but remember, respect the water. Don't swim and don't go in the water if it's under 60 degrees. Swimming in water under 60 degrees is life-threatening. It could cause hypothermia, which means your limbs paralyzed and you can't get out of the water. Each day, the water temperature of the Umpqua River will be posted on kpic.com and kval.com, and in the morning weather on KPIC. Respect the water. Know the temperature. Brought to you by the Respect the Water Safety Committee.
I am a nurse.
A firefighter.
A college student.
A mother.
And I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready.
For every storm.
And disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
My family.
And my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Wrapping things up here from Corvallis tonight is the host team, the Girding Builders Marketmen, will take another walk-off win here in their home Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament. They go to 2-0 in tournament play. Docs will fall to 1-1. They'll try to get to 2-1 tomorrow as they take on the Walla Walla Bears, and then we'll see where that leaves them when it comes to the championship day on Sunday. But for now, let's look at the numbers from tonight's game. 6 runs on 9 hits, 4 errors for the Doc Stewarts, losing in 8 innings. 7 runs on 9 hits and no errors for Corvallis. For the visiting Doc Stewarts, 2 for 4 for Caden Johnson at the top of the lineup with 2 runs scored. 1 for 3 for Spencer 6. 1 for 4 for Doran Gillespie with an RBI. 2 for 4 for Jonathan Stone with an RBI. 1 for 3 for Jet Black. 2 runs scored and an RBI. Cody Johnson 1 for 2 with an RBI. Luke Van Dorman in a pinch hit appearance went 0 for 1. 0 for 3 for Jay Stoffel with 1 walk. 1 for 1 for Drake Bourgeois with 2 RBI and 2 walks. And Jacob Luther 0 for 4 at the bottom of the lineup for the Dr. Stewarts. For Corvallis, the Girding Builders Marketmen, 1 for 3 for Caleb Beach at the top of the lineup. Grant Carley was 2 for 4. 0 for 3 for Cooper Hartzell, did score a run. 0 for 4 for Brooks Stearns, but had the game-winning RBI on a sac fly. Azel Bumpus 0 for 3 with 1 run scored. He had 1 walk. 1 for 2 for Walker Riney. He scored twice and had an RBI. 1 for 3 for Connor Spivak. He has scored a run. 2 for 3 for Ryan Hall with 2 RBI and a run scored. And 2 for 3 for Franklin Leonard at the bottom of the lineup. 2 RBI for him as well. Pitching numbers, Jonathan Stone started for the Docs, went 3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. Maybe 1 or none earned. The electronic scoring thing put in 1 earned run. And we had some debate about that here in the booth. But as it stands right now, my box score has it with 1 earned run. 2 walks and 1 strikeout for Stone in the start. Cody Johnson came in, pitched 2 innings, gave up 3 runs in his time on the mound. Peyton Hope pitched 2 innings in relief, gave up just 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and no strikeouts, but taking the loss with Jacob Luther in 2/3 of an inning worked. It was Brandon Vogler that started for Corvallis, went 5 innings, gave up 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 walks, and 1 strikeout. Ethan Vandelender pitched 1 over the minimum in 3 innings of relief, had 1 walk, no hits allowed, no runs either. He gets the win tonight for Corvallis. So that'll do it. Docs fall to 16-10 on the season. Corvallis 19-11 now on the year with the win here. They have now won 6 straight games. Docs have a winning streak of 2 games ended with the loss here tonight. Docs will play tomorrow at 1 o'clock against the Walla Walla Bears, and we'll have the action for you here on the radio and streaming online as well. As we wrap it up, I want to say thanks to the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen for hosting us here tonight and hosting us for the tournament. I really appreciate it. They always put on a great tournament. A lot of fun to come up here and call the games at Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field. I want to say thanks to head coach Jeremiah Robbins, the entire Roseburg Doc Stewart's baseball program, and the American Legion there in Roseburg for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg Doc Stewart's baseball here on 1490 The Score. Thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for the radio production tonight, and as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran, folks. We will talk to you tomorrow afternoon when the Doc Stewarts take on the Walla Walla Bears. It'll be a 1 o'clock start time, 12:45 the pregame show. You can catch the action streaming live online at 541radio.com or right here on Douglas County's home for sports, CBS Sports Radio, 1490 The Score. All right, Brenton, I got to run.